a day that I was going to do live at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. So it's 5 p.m. now. So here we are. Paige is in the background. Hey, Paige. But yeah, so I'll see how this one goes. It's a bit different. I'm not too sure as I'm coming in. Hopefully, pulling faces. Just going to check Facebook to see if it is live, see if it is there.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a live, darling.
Huh?
I'm doing a live.
What's
Cool.
that?
It's where you talk on your Facebook live, so everyone can see you right now. But yeah, so it's 5 o'clock on a Tuesday, so I thought I'd give it a go, see how this thing goes. So if there is technical issues, I apologize. I'm sorry, but yeah, you got to try stuff. What I want to talk to today is assets versus liabilities, and I guess mindset and that aspect of it. So obviously the other day we had the Black Friday sale. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Black Friday sale. I went into the shops to go shopping, buy some food, and the shop's obviously packed because there's all these so-called sales on, 20% off here, 10% off here, 50%, up to 50% off here, blah, blah, blah. And it made me think, like, what an awesome promotional, I guess, tool they've created to, I guess, get people in, get people buying, get people spending money, buying things that they probably don't necessarily need, or that they definitely didn't need, that they may want, or buy extra due to them thinking they're saving money, but in the end they're actually just giving away their money and buying certain things. So that made me, I guess, think about assets versus liabilities, because obviously the things you buy at the shop, majority of the time is you're automatically going to lose money. All right, it's going to go down in value. As soon as you buy it, you're not going to be able to make more. There is the odd thing, maybe certain shoes these days that have gone up in value, but 99.9% of things that you buy, you'll never get that money back ever again. So I guess what I want to explain is assets versus liabilities. Do we know what assets are? Do we know what liabilities are? And I guess the most simple way of putting it is assets, they put money in your pocket. Liabilities, they take money out of your pocket. Hence why when you go buy those new clothes, you go buy that new bike or whatever, or the new car, whatever it might be, it is taking money out of your pocket, because, if it costs you $100, you probably, if you try to resell it, you might get $50 for it, or whatever it might be. So you've lost $50 as such. Or if you never sell it, you end up throwing it out. You've lost that money. So that's, I guess, the difference between assets versus liabilities. And I guess what I wanted to share, I'm going to share my screen now so it can help people understand the difference between assets and liabilities. And are you, as an individual, got a mindset of purchasing assets to put money in your pocket, or are you purchasing liabilities constantly? Because we have been programmed to, consume. But what do we consume? We often consume liabilities. We need the newest phone, the latest car, the latest clothes, the latest shoes. And that's obviously taking money out of our pocket, keeps us in the same place that we've always been in, and keeps us, down in the pecking order as such. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen. I need to learn out how to do this. This is why I'm doing it, because it's always better to, say yes and learn on the go. There we go, share screen. So hopefully this works. Yeah. Tile window. Want to share. So am I sharing? I don't know if I'm sharing. Maybe I'll check on Facebook myself, see if it is sharing. Sorry, like I said, trial and error. That's how you learn. Pre-stream, I said yeah, is that coming up? No, it's not coming up. All right. So maybe it won't be able to. Oh, Chrome tab. There we go. There we go. That's sharing. All right. So as you can see here, hopefully it's sharing. If not, maybe put in the comments. You can't see it. But this is top assets by market cap. So I share this a lot on my story, but people might just see it. They don't really know anything about it, or they glance through it. So basically, this is where everyone, or the wealthy people, majority, or people in the world are putting their wealth. All right. So this is public companies, precious metals, cryptocurrencies, ETFs, top assets by market cap. So where is everyone putting their wealth, and how much wealth, et cetera, et cetera. So gold is number one asset in the world by market cap at $11.4 trillion. So that means $11.4 trillion has been stored and put into gold. All right, 11.4 trillion. So think about that number. It's a massive number, yeah, trillion. We talk about people wanting, earning 100,000 a year, and we're like, oh, awesome, doing really well. Then we think about millionaires. We're like, oh, not many of us probably know many millionaires. We're like, oh, that's a lot of money. Not really in this day and age. And then we think about billionaires. This is 11.4 trillion, just to put things into perspective. Apple's number two at $2.2 trillion, so $9 trillion difference. To put things in perspective, Apple is around 3 times bigger than the whole of cryptocurrency market right now. So put that in perspective. Apple is 3 times bigger. Apple, the number 2 asset in the world, 3 times bigger than the whole of the cryptocurrency market right now. But Apple's only number 2. It's not, gold's $9 trillion more than that. So that's another 4 times gold's bigger than Apple. So just to put things in perspective, we've got oil, Microsoft, Google, silver in 6th place, Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, Tesla. Then we keep going down. These are the top companies, tell you the countries and stuff like that. So this is, I guess, assets as such. All right. Oh, what's happening there? So this is where people are putting their money, storing their money, protecting or trying to grow wealth. All right. So this is, I guess, what you'd call assets. A lot of these companies pay dividends. A lot of these things go up, and then you can sell it at a higher price than what you bought it in. And, that's going to put money back in your pocket. So this is top by market cap. So if you're, I guess, it's not that long ago. It wasn't until I started reading about Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And, I started learning about assets because, we grew up extremely poor. My parents did an awesome, amazing job. Love them dearly, but we didn't have a lot of money. I didn't know lasagna had mince in it until I was a lot older than what the normal person would be. So, we couldn't afford mince, so we'd put lentils. Mum would put lentils in it, and that was our mince. And I used to hate lasagna. Now I love lasagna. It's one of my favorite dishes. But that's just an example. So we didn't know about assets. We didn't know really about, I guess, protecting or growing our wealth. We'd buy liabilities when we could even buy, but mainly as more survival, as just food and the basic, I guess, necessities that we needed. So I just wanted to show you this. This is top assets by market cap and where people are putting their money. And we've already talked about assets and liabilities. So I want to also share this. So this is a USA debt clock. So as you can see, $31 trillion now. The USA is in debt on their debt clock. Tax revenue is only nearly $5 trillion. If I go to 2008, when the GFC hit, financial crisis, obviously it was a very tough time around the world for everyone. It was extremely bad. That was around 10.9 trillion. In 2007, it was $9 trillion. So obviously 2008, they started doing the bailout, so they had to print a lot of money, and this obviously skyrocketed up a bit. That's why it's gone from 9 trillion to nearly 11 trillion in that 1 year. And everyone knows what happened after the 2008 and the financial crash and stuff, and how hard it was for people and how difficult it was. A lot of people lost their money, a lot of their jobs, a lot of people lost their housing, and a lot of people recovered at all since then, back to where they were at that one stage. So I just want to highlight that because obviously that's now 3 times bigger than what it was in 2008. So obviously if we were to have something similar happen, as per se, we could be in a lot more trouble considering it's 3 times what it was. But what I wanted to highlight is here. So these are some, I guess, assets, things, money in your pocket, like we're talking about. So the median income in 2000 was 32,000. The median income now is 36,000. So you gained a whopping, massive whopping $4,000 in the 22 years. So that's awesome. So you could potentially maybe say it's an asset, money in fiat currency, because you've gained $4,000 in that 2 years. But obviously, if we look at the prices of things, so a new medium home. So the price in 2000 was 168,000. Now it's 403,000. So that's under tripled as in price. And then dollar to gold ratio in 1913 it was 28. Now as in thing, but because of the paper market, which we see down here, that manipulates the price down. But these things, like we said over here, these assets. Oh, is this sharing that one? Hopefully it's sharing. I don't know if it's sharing that one. Maybe it's not. Let me try something. I don't think it was sharing that one. This is why it's trial and error, baby. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. So you can just see 3,000 there. This is the medium income just here. The medium income there. Medium new home. The dollar to gold ratio in 1913, 28. Now it's jumped up to 4,900. Dollar to silver ratio 673. Used to be 266 before the Fed was created, or when the Fed was created. All right, so this is just highlighting, I guess, what assets are. So this is what if I can maybe show this one. If I go stop sharing, I need to work out how to do this a bit better. That's 2008. So yeah, that's the highlight, the USA debt clock in 2008. So as you can see, 10.9 trillion, nearly 11 trillion. So that's what I was talking about just before. I wanted to highlight that. So, right. So here we go. So as I was saying, when I went in and saw everyone, purchasing stuff, purchasing liabilities, we often are real quick to buy the latest stuff, new clothes, new this, new that, and we'll happily spend, $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 on liabilities, just like that, and think nothing of it. Won't bat an eyelid. We'd often, go out on the week. I used to spend $200 easily on a weekend, or just on one night out drinking. Like easy. Wouldn't even think twice of it. And then if you sometimes end up on a big one and you spend, $500, you wake up, you're like, oh, I spent way more than I expected. And you spent like $500, you'd just be like, oh, I hate doing that. But then you'd get to the next weekend and do it all again. And we wouldn't think twice of it. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the liabilities. And we often don't think about it. We're just, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll get that. And I believe, well, the reason we do it is because of our mindset. Because we might not actually know what assets are. We might not know how to acquire assets. Like I said, I didn't know a single thing about assets whatsoever. We grew up, didn't know anything about assets. You work, you get a job, you work hard. That was, what we were sort of taught. And, you save your money, you don't get into debt. And then, you live below your means and that sort of thing. So maybe that's you. Maybe you don't know how to buy assets. Maybe you don't even know what assets are. And that, I guess this is why I wanted to do the live and jump on here and talk about what assets actually are, and show you things like the assets by market cap, show you the US debt clock, show you what it was like in 2008, show you what it's like now, show you how things have gone up in value. And I guess maybe hopefully get you to start thinking like, am I purchasing assets or am I purchasing liabilities? And if I am purchasing liabilities and not assets, why am I not purchasing assets? Is it because I don't know? Is it because I don't know what to get? Is it because I'm too scared? A lot of people will be like I said, we'll spend $200 on the clothes, $200 on piss, but they won't spend $200 on acquiring assets that potentially could go up in value, that you're going to put money in your pocket because they consider it too risky, or they consider, oh, what if I lose money? Well, I'll tell you that right now, you're 100% going to lose money with liabilities, 100%. With assets, you're going to have a way higher chance of it going up in value, of it producing income for you. There's you have a lot better tools. So for me, that comes back to, again, the mindset thing. People are hesitant or wary or scared to buy assets or to invest in themselves or to build businesses because they might lose money. But when it comes to liabilities, don't think twice, because maybe we don't actually think that that's losing money. We just we want it, or it's on special, kind of want it. Oh, I'll get it. People don't want to buy assets. Like, here we go. I'll show you that. This was, well, I got this actually for free. This one for loyalty points. This one was less than $200. The Titanic. This one, Star Wars, again, less than $200. So not only are they cool, but they go up and they potentially can go up in value. You have a higher chance, but then you also can have businesses as well. And I want to share another thing that we have. We have nodes that pay us daily rewards every single day, that are backed by the sales of real world commodities such as oil. Do we need oil in this world? Does the world run on oil? Yes. So we're going to need to be buying that. Natural gas. Do we need natural gas? Extremely now. I mean, Europe's struggling massively since their natural gas has been cut off from Russia. So the world runs on natural gas. Do we need carbon credits? Is the world heading towards carbon credits, cleaner footprint? Yes. So we're going to need carbon credits. Are we going to need food? Well, yes, people eat. People need to eat, otherwise you die. Do we need water? Yes, people are going to need water to survive. And how does this all work? Through satellite technology that makes it a lot easier to find stuff that, one, they might have thought was empty, wasn't there in the beginning, or that actually finds new, natural resources and makes it easier to excavate it, I think something like that, get it out, and makes it a lot cheaper. Because when you are, when you're trying to get things out, if it costs a lot, then your profits margin's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So if it makes it a lot cheaper, you get bigger profits. And then what do they do with their profits? They buy back these tokens and then they burn them, and then you have deflationary tokenomics. And when you have deflationary tokenomics, it's the opposite to the dollar. So what do the government do with this? They just print it, more and more and more of it. Hence why on the slides before, government debt, or the debt, has gone from 10 trillion to 31 trillion in 14 years. Asset prices have gone up not because assets have gotten more flashy or more expensive. It's because the dollar's gotten weaker. You can't purchase as much with it, and things that have real value, backed by real things, assets are going to go up in value. Is how it works. So I'm just going to show you another thing. Let me see if I can. Hopefully this one works. Yes. So these are our daily, or our nodes that we run. So if you don't know what nodes are basically how the blockchain verifies everything. So every transaction that's made, nodes verify that. So back in the day, Bitcoin miners used to set up these big, massive equipment stuff to mine it. They would get rewards for mining it because they were validating all these transactions, and that's how it worked. But nowadays we have software that can run it, and it's a lot cheaper, a lot cleaner, a lot easier. And this is, as you can see it here. So we've got an aluminium mine just over here. One aluminium mine, one Grow node, one NatG, two Explorer. So the Explorer, that's the satellite technology that I was talking about. The NatG is natural gas. The grow is the carbon credits, the farming, the food that we're talking about before. And aluminium, that's aluminium backed by aluminium. And obviously we need aluminium because that's used in a lot of things as well. Here we've got oil down here. And then here we've got gold. And then debt, that's the company, the main token that runs this whole, I guess, organization. So these are nodes that pay us daily rewards. So if I go to Nat G1, you'll be able to see, we've got 754 tokens, 754,000 tokens, mining balance of 244, mine last cycle, 14,000 tokens, $4.73. This is the price over here, 0.0033. So at the moment, these ones, the price is extremely cheap on this token, but we just care about the amount of tokens we're mining. So if I go back to our wallet, so I can withdraw these out to my wallets. These are our private wallets. And yeah, NatG, we've got over a million tokens there. If I want to, I can transfer that to BNB. I can transfer the USDT, USDC. Yeah, straight away. It's super easy to transfer between all of the tokens and obviously those main coins. Then with those main coins, I can send it to my other wallets, then pay cash out with my card, send it to my bank, whatever. It's totally up to you. So these, I guess, are assets that are paying us daily rewards. If I go to the Explorer one. So mine last cycle, 694 tokens, $12.71. Again, this is all in US dollars. So that's paying us daily rewards. All right, and this obviously fluctuates. You can't predict what's going to happen. Hence why there's no like, oh, we promise you daily return of interest and invest and stuff like that. You can see it will change all the time. So again, daily rewards, this is assets. So this is putting money back in our pocket. This will continually pay us every day that we have a node mining. So these are the sort of things that we have these days. We've got assets that we talked about. It could be even stocks, share, property, physical assets such as gold, silver. Now we've got cryptocurrency. We've got nodes. These are the things that we personally would rather be spending our money these days now, because we know that assets over liabilities are going to put more money in our pocket. They're not going to take it away. So if I have an extra $200, instead of going to spend that on getting wasted these days, I'm looking to grow, protect our wealth. And that's what I guess I wanted to talk about, is there's these opportunities out there, and talk about the difference between assets and liabilities, because people might not know. And that's why I wanted to do this live. It's actually gone on a lot longer than I expected, but I guess we had a lot of teething issues trying to work out how this worked. I'm going to look back, check on it, and be able to, I guess, address the issues and see where I can fix it, because this platform's good in terms of being able to share your screen, but I need to figure out how to do that a lot easily. So I just want to get on here and talk about this, and I guess it all falls under mindset. If everything starts with you. If you want to improve your life, it's up to you. If you want to get better, it's up to you. If you want to, build a better life for you, or a better brand for you, or whatever it might be, it starts up here. People don't realize how powerful their mind is, and how powerful thoughts are, and how simple little changes each and every day can add up to massive momentum or massive changes in the future. So it all starts up here. It all starts up as simple as, do I need this? I know I'm saving 20%, but it's still going to take $200 out of my pocket. So I'm not really saving any money. Or is there other ways I can put money in better places that's going to work for me, that's going to make me more money, that's going to help me, create more time freedom, that's going to help me have a better life for me and my family, or whoever it might be, So I guess these are the things we've been learning about on this journey over the last, 3 or 5 years as such, but, really the last two to 3 years. And I guess we want to share this with you, and we want to, I guess, help educate people and I guess get people thinking in the right sort of frame of mind. So hopefully you guys, this resonated with some of you. Again, I'm going to try and do a live every week. I didn't manage to do one last week because we had an extremely busy weekend. So I'm going to try to do them probably every Friday. So I'll try to do it. I'll do one this Friday again, a different one. Not too sure what it'll be on yet. Kind of just throughout the week, think about things, and whatever comes to my mind that feels important, then I'll do it. But like I said, it's a big learning curve for me as well. Getting outside your comfort zone again, mindset, and again, trying something new this time. So yeah, I still don't really understand this layout sort of thing, but we'll work around it. And the only way to get better at doing things is by practicing and trying. So anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully provided some value to you. If not, oh well, provided value to myself by trying something new. So peace. Love you guys.